So, Penguin, the finale. Yeah, man.
Bro,
Ooh, ooh.
no, you go
It's
first. Go.
yeah, it's like, man. I'm actually, I had a lot of feelings after that last episode, and it was more towards the characterization of the Penguin because we're so immersed in this TV series that you sort of got to know Oz in a way where it's more intimate now. Like, can you imagine if he's the main villain in the next Batman movie? Like,
Mm,
like we know him so well from the
yeah,
series that it's going to be a different we're going to have different takes. It'll be because we're more invested in his character because we've seen the journey of his rise, right?
yeah.
And so when we see him, if he's the main villain in the next Batman movie, it's gonna it's gonna feel different, eh? It's gonna be two guys that, yeah, like I said, more investment in the new movie and these two characters. Then, in a way where we haven't before. If you think of it like any other Batman movie, like the villain is the villain, he's there. Like Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson is the Joker, he's there, he pops up. Heath Ledger, he's the Joker in Dark Knight, he pops up, he's there. Any other Batman, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, how he's Mr. Freeze, right? Or
Yeah, we get a brief little kind of like a backlog into their story, but not as deep as we went in with the Penguin.
exactly. And I think that's gonna be different. That's gonna be a different experience for us when we
Yeah,
watch
because that's what
Batman.
I've noticed.
That's if the Penguin will be in there, which he probably
Yeah,
will. But I think it works if Penguin is the main villain, right?
yeah,
Not
yeah,
not the criminal mastermind that he probably sent off all these other Batman rogue men after him or stuff like that, you know. But
yeah,
it's almost like because now they said they're gonna do a Joker TV series just like the Penguin in the same universe. Then yeah, it's gonna be the same sort of thing, right? When these characters show up in the movie, it will be interesting. It'll be a different take on these characters when we see. It'll be a different action. It'll be a different. Yeah, I can't explain it, but I think it'll be.
no, because what they've done is like in most movies they always take the hero or the main the main star and they always break down the story within that movie. But now instead of the hero getting the story, the villain gets a story now, and they're
Yeah,
doing the same thing with the villain.
yeah,
And now we
yes.
understand the villain and his process
Mm,
and why he is now. So we kind of get the. It's like they've taken the villain and made him as a hero, but not. But they're just telling the story.
yes.
That's what I liked. That's what I liked about the Penguin, and the most about it is like, shit. We haven't got this ever with a villain, and
Mm,
we never gotten this deep
mm.
into a character as the Penguin has, as they've done with the Penguin. Sorry. So it's like, wow, that's a good take on him. I reckon
It's
it is anyway.
yeah. It's almost like that you can't kill him now. Because at the end of Batman, when Jack Nicholson he dies, when Joker dies, when he
Yeah,
falls off the
yeah.
building,
The pig,
you sort of can't have that showdown between Batman and Penguin at the end of the movie, or if it happens and Penguin ends up dying.
yeah,
Like you sort of then you feel sort of sad, you know,
yeah.
in a
All
way where you don't feel
that
sad for
journey.
any other villain that dies,
Yeah,
sort of
because
thing.
we didn't go into depth as they did with the Penguin.
Mm,
I guess that they did do a story like that, but yeah, it's a
yeah,
creative, really creative way.
yeah, it is, and I think it's gonna make the movie better. I think
Yeah,
you can't guarantee that they will have the Penguin in there. I'll probably
no,
guarantee that he'll be in the background.
he'll
But
be pulling the strings somehow. Definitely.
yeah, I don't think he might be the main. I don't think he'll be the main villain, just the background villain, like
Yeah, he'll be the
the
guy at the
mastermind.
back. Yeah, he'll be the mastermind. He'll be the guy at the back pulling the strings here or helping in the way, giving services to other villains.
Hmm.
You go, how can I help you? Which part of the city do you want to run?
Yeah.
What do I get out of it? Those kind of
Mhm.
stuffs. And all the time, Batman's trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
In terms of the finale itself, without giving away any spoilers, What did you think of it? What was your feelings at the end of the show?
When the show finished, I actually thought that the episode beforehand was the finale, and this was the episode beforehand. Like this was supposed to be episode 7, and
Mhm.
the episode 7 was supposed to be episode 8, kind of.
Is
That's
that
how I felt.
because is that because it was a better episode, the last one, and more happened, or this is just like a tie up? So the episode, like,
No, it was like a mixture. There should have been some parts in that episode 8. There should have been in episode 7,
mhm,
and vice versa. I felt
yeah,
it was just like yeah, and it wasn't as good as episode 7 too. There's some of those elements as well,
mhm,
but all in all, it was a good end to a Mina's season. Like I enjoyed the Penguin from the first episode till now,
mhm.
and I'm still ranting about it. So like, man, it worked. Worked on
I
me.
was I was kind of surprised in how they ended it in terms of like the some of the stuff that happened, because I don't know, because with me, like when I watch a series, some of the storyline has to make sense, and when you tell good writing is because everything ties up
Yes,
nicely
yeah. This
and
I had
things
a
make sense,
yeah,
and there won't be anything in there. Nothing is you. There's nothing obvious that's there for a reason to make the story go. If you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like, say they introduce a character so he can get killed.
yeah.
Like
There was none. There's hardly any of that in this
that.
show.
That's what I try and look out for. Now, you could say that maybe the uncle, Sophia's uncle, when she shot him at the table in front of all the men, that
Yeah,
he was set up for that scene. You know, it seems forced. That kind of stuff seems forced, but I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a few things that tied back to previous episodes that get tied back up in the finale, which is cool too. And I'll explain some of those when we talk about the spoilers. But yeah, I felt that I didn't like some scenes, and I didn't like the connections with some of the scenes to the past episodes. And I just thought that some of those scenes, especially, were kind of like, oh yeah, it made sense. But I was like, oh, is that? It made sense, but really,
I
and
wonder if it's. I wonder if that you're talking about the same scene I'm thinking about. But we'll talk
well,
about it in the spoilers.
yeah, yeah. So there were some parts that I thought, hey, and then, but I really like the ending. I like the ending. When I say the ending, I mean the last maybe 5 minutes or 5 7 minutes. I liked.
Or
So
the are you talking about the ending where our predictions were
we're
were
kind of
right?
right, eh? I forgot
Yeah.
what our predictions were.
No, I kind of remembered we're on the right track.
Yeah, but in terms of the whole series, like this is the origin story of the penguin, his rise from being a henchman to top of the world, and we sort of get that at the end. So that was
Mm.
no surprise there. I mean, I think they had to do it. He had to do it. It was just about his journey, a journey to get to the top,
Yeah.
and then it was just a case of, okay, how what's going to happen to the other characters? Like, who's going to survive? Who's gonna die? Who's going to go to jail? Blah blah blah. And
And so,
characters were falling off right through this whole series. Characters were dying. So all the big players, especially the mob that controls the city, the crime lords that control the city, you know, they're all dropping like flies throughout this series. So, you know, we sort of knew that the penguin will come out on top, but the question was why is he going to do it, and who was he going to step over? So we seem to get all that sorted out. So yeah, I think in terms of the penguin's character journey himself, it's expected.
mm,
I thought it was a bit surprising that he the lessons that a character has to learn before he gets um his redemption or whatever it was, or his transformation. I
yeah,
don't think it happened for the penguin for some reason. I don't think it happened in our eyes anyway. But it's always been there, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
So, for example, with Sophia, she's up and down with her characterization, right?
And it looks like
She's
she still is.
yeah,
Like
sort of thing.
she's
Yeah.
still like she's still working shit out. Like
Mm,
I think she's not 100% sure what she wants to do.
yeah, that's
Um,
right. So yeah, I'm not sure about if the series was trying to get us to feel sorry for these characters or try to get us to be like, oh, I hope that she doesn't die or hope he doesn't die. That kind of stuff, get that kind of connection of these kind of characters because these are like evil characters, right? Um, and how do you want the audience to feel when they become the villain in the Batman movie? You know, I
yeah,
think there was a, I think there was this feeling of me. Okay, if we we're not meant to like Oz,
yeah,
we're not meant to like
yes,
him because what's gonna happen when he's the bad guy like up against Batman? Like, wow. So there has to be something that's gonna tell us that or remind us. Wait a
that this
minute.
is the Penguin, bro.
This guy's a Batman villain. He's evil.
Yeah,
So I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to come on. I was waiting for that to come on. So,
yeah.
and I
I
don't
kind
think,
of
and I thought that the level it went to wasn't where I expected it to be. I wanted it to be a big bang. Shit, this guy's a motherfucker. I wanted
you
something.
didn't you didn't get the Big Bang.
I didn't get the full blast of villainy with this guy.
Shit.
Like I didn't get it. I was
Ah,
prepared for it. I was prepared for it.
I think I
I
got
didn't
it.
get it. How
I
about
think
you?
I got it. I think I got it.
Did you?
Because after a certain scene, I was just like, fuck, fucking, I hate this cunt. Like, I utterly hate Oz. I was like,
Mm.
fuck
Oh
this
yeah, yeah.
motherfucker. I was like, you
Oh,
fucking asshole.
not to take anything away from what they did. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. He's a villain. He's a villain for sure.
yeah, and it
He's a
feels like
villain for
this,
sure.
and then
I
it
just
feels like
want to
this is
double
what
that. I
they.
just want to double the triple the.
I don't think you could ever triple that, man. That was pretty sad.
I, I know because if I said triple it, then it would have been an R
Fuck.
rating. R rating.
I would have been like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that motherfucker. I would have been ranting for ages.
Yeah,
But
man.
nah,
So
man. Yeah, it was like a reminder to the audience, like, hey, we know, I know you guys feel the story and shit, but just fucking remember, this is a motherfucking penguin. He ain't your friend, bro. This is the motherfucking penguin. He's a villain,
yeah,
mastermind, bro.
yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
that's what I got. That's what I got on here from this episode. But like I was saying before, it felt like that should have been episode 7, and 7 should have been episode 8. But
Mm,
never mind.
mm.
Yeah, all in all, it's a motherfucking good, hell of a show.
Okay, man. Gonna get into these spoilers, man. Gonna get into these spoilers. So we're gonna do something different. I'm gonna try to get through this, the WesWes, what's been happening synopsis.
Yo,
We'll do it in 60 seconds. You got the time, Eric?
yeah,
Tell me when to go and tell me when to stop.
okay. And 3, 2, 1.
This is the WesWes Network, Channel 135, synopsis of The Penguin, Episode 8, A Great or Little Thing, directed by Jennifer Getzinger, written by Lauren Lefranc. Using EMDR therapy, Rush learns that Frances already knew about Oz drowning his brothers and tried to have him killed, but could not bring herself to do it. Oz is brought to Sofia, who makes Frances confess the truth. Oz refuses to admit his actions, even as Rush tortures Frances, causing her to disown him before suffering a stroke. Oz escapes, kills the detective, and brings Frances to the hospital. Meanwhile, the local bosses abandon Oz for Sofia, who puts out a bounty for Oz as she prepares to leave Gotham. Vic arranges for the bosses to be murdered by the deputies who help Oz abduct Sofia. Instead of killing her, Oz has his police contacts return her to Arkham Asylum. Oz and Vic visit Francis to celebrate, only to learn that he entered a vegetative state, causing Oz to break down. Oz then murders Vic,
5,
saying that families
4,
make people weak.
3,
Meanwhile, Rush has returned to
2.
Arkham to care for Sofia, hands her a letter from her half-sister, Catwoman. Oz takes the vegetative Francis to a new penthouse suite where he dances with Eve, dressed as Francis, as the bat signal shines in the background. That's your WesWes synopsis.
Not bad, not bad.
Yo, favorite scene, bro?
Favorite scene. Oh man, I don't know if I should go with the strangulation. I mean, it was probably the most emotional scene that got me ranked up. I was just like swearing at the TV at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was like literally swearing, and my daughter was going, "Dad, you're saying bad things."
What scene
My
was that?
daughter, with when Oscar was strangling the shit out of Victor.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck. I didn't, I didn't, I didn't expect it to go down like that. I was,
Mm.
I was thinking something more like a car bomb or like a shot to the back of the head, some kind of thing. But to
Oh, the
strangle the
penguin.
guy,
Did you think
yeah,
penguin would do it? Like,
yeah,
did you think penguin would kill him?
yeah, but I didn't think he was gonna kill him that way. Like,
Right.
have a heart-to-heart conversation and then strangle the shit out of the poor kid. Like, literally put your hands around somebody's neck and then squeeze.
Mm.
I was like, holy fuck. That
Did
was
that confirm to you that this is the penguin? That he's the villain?
now. I think I think I kind of knew that was the scenario in the first couple of episodes. Like I kind of knew the character. Like I knew this guy Penguin's. He's a dick. He's an asshole. And I kind of saw that in the first couple of episodes of the Penguin. But yeah, I thought he might put him in the car and get see you later, Victor, and then the car blows up, something like that. But man, he strangled him, and then in Penguin fashion, didn't even have any remorse. There, he was just like, oh yeah, took one look at his driver's license and then threw it in the river, and that was it. I was like, fuck,
Even
and that guy
stole the
did it.
little cash he had in his wallet.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
like after all that, what that guy did for him, it was just like, oh man, it wasn't for
Well,
nothing.
why do you think he killed him?
One, he knew too much. He knew his weakness too. Victor knew his weakness, or it was the mom, and everybody else that did know his weakness is all dead. But yeah, I think it's just fucked up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it
And
was. Oh, go.
the other thing too is if you remember the conversation between Rex, the old school gangster, and the mom, and how Rex was talking about how boys with no fathers are easier to train, and they actually become better gangsters. So I think there's some of those that kind of stuff too fell into it with Victor and the Penguin, but there was something else I didn't quite catch on to it as well. But maybe thought that Victor might someday outshine him, yeah, and then thought it better of killing him now than later, kind of thing. Or if you notice that all the other head gangsters, like all their henchmen, their second in command, which I thought was kind of stupid, was they decided to take over the families. And I thought, oh man, that's a bit of a dry balls. But it worked in the favor for the Penguin, and now he's got a whole crew. So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
shit.
actually an interesting point. Maybe Oz just knew in the future that Vic will probably take over and kill him, eh?
Yeah,
And
well,
it
this
was protecting his future, sort of
it,
thing.
yeah, it looks like that's the kind of scenario that was going on between the gangs anyway. So you kind of saw with the triads, the nephew killed the uncle, and then with the biker gang, the biker chick kills the leader. I was like, what the hell? So
Mm.
it kind of probably that's the kind of what happens is when you're in the higher ups. It's like a kind of like what happens in the Sith Star Wars.
Mm. I still
You
think
kill each other.
I still think the Penguin inspired those second in charges to take over. Because Penguin's been that guy ever since. He's been the guy that's been lurking in the background, doing the job, but planning and scheming to get on top, right? And
Yeah, and
this
that's
whole
why he aimed.
series, this whole series has just been this opportunity to do that, right?
Yeah,
So I think he must have inspired, especially with the speeches he's had, like with the other gangs. Remember, these are the smallest gangs, right?
yeah,
And I think what his position was and what is his journey to be number one sort of, I think, resonated with all those other number twos. If you say
yeah,
they're all number twos, that they could do the same thing, and they did, and they just took over. So I think in a way, this sort of aspect of the Penguin is sort of like a hero to those
Villains.
criminals, and that's a dangerous thing to do if you're trying to write the story, because you don't want any kind of heroism for a guy like the Penguin. If your end goal was to make sure, if we talked about, there's going to be a moment in this series where the Penguin does something really evil that we're going to remember and be reminded that he's a villain. The death of Victor, how he kills Victor, was that moment, I think. But also his sort of inspiration to these other criminals to overtake their gangs. It gives him a little bit of a heroism thing, eh? Like a
Yeah.
inspiring hero or something like that, eh? Which is
Yeah.
probably not something you want to have carrying on if he didn't do something really bad. So I think that scene when he kills Victor, I felt like, oh, here we go, here it is, here's the moment, right now. Um, yeah, I thought that because he's that kind of guy, and we see his mentality as a kid. I mean, he had no remorse to kill his brothers, and he had this thing to find love with only of his mum.
Yeah.
I think when Vic shows him love, he can't take that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that love. He'd rather have his mum there to give him that love because he's always had it ever since he was a kid. So he kills Vic without remorse because, hey, it's just another dude in the end of the day, right? He's got no remorse. He's got nothing. He's got no love for anybody, right?
And,
And you see that at the end with his girlfriend. He dresses his girlfriend like his mom and
yeah.
dances with her.
Yeah. I thought that was fucking weird.
Yeah, because he doesn't care. He's got one goal, and that's himself. He's selfish. He wants everything for himself, and
Yeah. I think
you
the
can't
other.
even trust a guy like that, you know.
Yeah, I think the other reason why he killed Victor was there might be some jealousy because the mom liked him a lot more too. Because
Yep, yep,
the mom was actually talking to him a lot more, and I don't think he liked that very much.
yeah.
And man,
No, and knowing that the mum knows, and
yeah,
he finds out, he doesn't want them to gang up, eh?
yeah,
Yeah. So.
shit. And, and I think he's punishing the mother too, because
Mm,
the mother said that he was supposed to die that night. Like the guy Rex was supposed to take take care of him. I don't know what happened, but probably that's why he got those scars on his face.
mm.
It probably didn't work out. Yeah,
Um,
it's fucked up.
part what I was saying was sort of like a cringe was the scene with the interrogation with Oz tied up on the chair and Sophia trying to get them to tell the truth.
Oh yeah,
Because I thought that was
yes,
like, what? I
yes,
mean, that's like, oh, I was thinking like soap opera dramas happening when there's no need to. I
yeah,
mean, I get the point. And I get how every story there has to be some trauma somewhere, and then there has to be a realization of that trauma and a confrontation of that trauma in the end. Like
yeah,
if it's made a secret, it always has to come up, right? If and it happens in every movie when someone does something bad to someone back in the days, and that someone didn't know about it, and
yeah,
it's a dirty secret. That secret gets revealed later on in life, and then there's a confrontation. There- there's a reckoning when it comes to bringing up the past and bringing up these skeletons in the closet, right?
mm-hmm.
Sometimes it happens organically when something happens. They find out, like with the kids, with her sons dying, like she finds the torch, but doesn't approach. It doesn't tell Oz about it, right? And then she
Yeah,
sets him up to get killed, but it doesn't happen because Oz tells her that I'm going to do everything I can to make us rich, and you're going to be seeing the city at the top of the penthouse. I'm gonna make that come true for you. As a little kid, he says that, so she changes her mind, right? So, and then keeps a secret all those years, and it doesn't come out again until Sophia brings that memory out of her through the therapy that Dr. Julian was doing to her, right? So
yeah,
it comes back, and it's revealed that way. Because it always the revelation always has to happen between the two parties, and they have to know at the end of it, right? They have to know, and for Sophia to have this set up for them to tell the truth. To me, it was kind of like cringy. I was kind of like, oh fuck,
Did,
you
did you
know,
remember? Did you
yeah,
remember what I said before this episode? I was saying that Sophia was going to try and inflict pain on Oz, but not in the way that we were thinking. Not like she she wasn't going to kill the mother. She was going to make the mother hate him,
mm,
and I think that that's what they were experimenting with in that scene. Like she was trying to bring out that hate from the mother, but
yes,
yeah, it was just too. Yeah, it was kind of dry balls.
it was kind of tribal. Man, fuck, just shoot him in the head, man. Fuck, why do you know, just yeah, something girl would have done, eh? There's something girls would have done, eh? Like,
Yeah, but
fuck,
you have to like for her, she's like Oz destroyed her life in her eyes. Oz destroyed everything, and she wanted to do the same to
mm,
him.
mm,
She wanted to destroy his whole world, burn it
yeah,
down to the ground, make him feel like what she felt. But yeah, there was there was a bit of dry ball, so it wasn't working. It wasn't
yeah.
working in the
So
scene.
conveniently, and this is some of the writing stuff that I was talking about. Like conveniently, there's a doctor there to get the trauma out of her, to tell the truth of what happened, right? Her thoughts, right? So that conveniently happened. So the secret is out, and conveniently, Sophia knows about it. So Sophia gets the penguin and the mom together to tell the truth, forcing the truth out of them, right? And to me, that is cringe. To me,
Yeah.
that's cringe for some reason. Yeah, for the reason of like, okay, you're just it's a weird way of telling that same story.
Yes.
It's a weird way of doing it without the two parties just admitting to themselves.
Yeah. Because the
Yeah.
penguin, I think the penguin knows. Yeah, definitely he killed the brothers. He's like, fuck it, they're gone. But for the mom to know. But then the mom saying that I was gonna have you killed. It's like, oh, and the son's just like, it's all right, mom. It's all right. It's all right. You
So
understand, mom.
he
You
wasn't even
understand
gonna
me.
tell. He wasn't even gonna say it. Eh?
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't like upturned about it. But
Mm,
he was pissed off that Sophia will get out of her way and use all her resources to try and make this old lady hate him. And
mm,
yeah, I think yeah, if that scene did work, it would have been more. I think for the character for Oz, it would have been more painful. But yeah, he just doesn't give a shit. Hey,
mm,
far out. And then right after that scene, right when he gets done with all the questioning and that, and then somehow he fucking breaks off from the chair and just grabs the mom in one arm and starts running out the door. It's like, holy shit,
mm,
this guy's an athlete. I was like, fine. He's still like limping his way out. It's like,
mm.
damn, what a beast.
The fate of Sophia at the end. Were you satisfied with how she ended her story?
I didn't even think his story's finished.
But she didn't die. She went
Nah,
back
she
to
didn't die.
Arkham. But did you like that ending for her?
I rather preferred if she died at the bridge.
Mm,
I don't know. I just think they would have closed it off nicely and have some kind of revenge plot from her half sister.
mm.
We already know Selena Kyle. But in another way, it's kind of this approach was kind of I don't know. I was like shocked. I actually forgot about Selena for a bit. You know, throughout this whole Penguin series, I didn't even think about her. But I did remember that Dad was into strangling women, so I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. Strangled Catwoman's mom. But I forgot all about her being the half sister to yeah. So that was quite surprising. I don't know if it's going to be a good season 2 or we'll see. But yeah, it's interesting. So it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be another season. I think that's it. We're gonna see what
Oh, okay.
happens in the next Batman
Movie.
movie.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I was wondering if they rewrote it because the actress Kristen, she was pretty good and she's giving raves around social media and raves
Ah,
around
yeah, bro. She's the man.
um the media and that for her performance. And
Oh,
I'm wondering if her performance was so good that she saved her character for
character.
getting killed. You know? Oh man, she's so good. she has to come back for the movie in some way, you know,
What kind of thing?
or Selena Kyle will show up to Arkham and talk to her through the bars or something like that.
I don't even know how the chemistry with those two actresses will work because I can just see thing overpowering the actress, the Kravitz actress. Sorry, she's just so good.
Mm.
She needs the kind of chemistry like she has with Colin. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing.
Mm.
I don't know. Just talking shit.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes was when the gangs, the heads were getting killed.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of an old mafia movie.
Yeah,
Like how, at the end of the movie where
everyone gets killed.
like and then new leadership starts coming up
Yeah,
under the rubble. That's what they reminded me of. But yeah, that's worth a take.
yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. Yeah, I thought when that whole questioning one, what I was talking about before, I thought that was ruined the film, but it kind
Yeah,
of made up for it after. It kind of made up for it after Vic gets killed. Those are the scenes I really loved when Vic gets killed, and the end when Penguin shows up with his new car.
actual
He's got his
suit.
new Mercedes, got the suit, he's got the top hat.
Man, his car
He's
was
just
like bumping, bro. I
he
was
just
like,
hasn't got an
oh,
eyeglass. He just needs to get the eyeglass.
I don't think it'll suit him, mate. Like how he is, Man,
Mm.
he's just like that's a mean ass penguin, bro. Straight up, he's probably the best penguin ever. Actually, no, he is hands down. He's the best penguin ever. I give him the number one spot. I haven't seen a better penguin. Like, man, since Danny DeVito, to tell you the truth,
Mm.
Danny DeVito was the man, but now, hey, I'll put Danny DeVito at second.
Another thing
Sad
too,
boss.
you forget it's in the Batman universe. You also forget that's Colin Farrell.
Hard up, bro.
You know,
So fuck. I think I shared like a little clippet of him, and Colin Farrell's talking about how he puts the makeup on and all that hurrah. And he said one time he was in the restaurant and looking across and he said he was looking across the room, just, and I think he accidentally gave a penguin look at the guy because the guy looked offended, and he didn't realize it, but he was like acting like the penguin at the time.
mm.
And he said sometimes it's dangerous to go home in your character, but it's good to exercise it now and again. He was saying, but he said he almost started a fight or something or argument because the guy was looking at him like, "What's your problem?"
and
And he was like staring at him like he was the penguin. I was like, "Damn, it's pretty out of it." So yeah, sometimes you do forget. So
well,
immersed in the character.
what was your least favorite scene in the series?
Probably what you just mentioned with them
Yeah,
with Sophia trying to get that bullshit out. That was like dry, super dry. What else? What else? I would say the other one that kind of I thought was a bit of a eats was when the guys did kill their like when the Asian guy killed his uncle in it,
mm.
and I was like, oh, okay, I guess in the mafia they do it, but I was like, what's the point of these guys doing it? And then I kind of thought through it. I took some time to think about it, and then yeah, oh, okay, Penguin, yes, okay, he was the driver. Maybe his inspiration made these guys want to go up in the ranks. So I thought
Mm.
that, but I thought it was just like too easy for Penguin to get his army. So I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever works.
I was just thinking about how Vic died, and if you think about the character of Vic, he doesn't even suit to be a bad guy.
Nah, you know what? That's the other thing too. Victor should have like this character should have knew better, right? But he was too naive in a way. The character
He should
Victor, he
just went
should
with his
his
gingy
gut. Yeah, he should have went with his gut and
on the
went with his
bus.
king.
I
He
think that was the
knew.
moment when you knew he was going to die when he doesn't take that decision to go with his gingy on the bus.
Yeah, man. Like far right. I'm sure he knew that the penguin was gonna kill him.
Hmm.
Should have known. But oh well. I think he was craving the father at the time, mate, because he lost his family, and I think somehow he saw a dad in the penguin, and I think the penguin used that too, if he was
Mm,
taught by Rex, and you heard Rex how he was talking to the mum with his philosophies of being a parent to these fatherless kids.
mm,
So the penguin, if he was taught by Rex, might have used some of that on Victor,
mm.
and like some kind of penguin charm, and it worked. Victor saw Oz as a dad. And strangled the shit out of him, poor bastard.
Um, Coming back to the Penguin, his character, and this whole series. Do you think that this series, the 8 episode series, did a good job of sending us who the Penguin is from start to finish? Like, did we get what we came for? Did we get to see the Penguin become the Penguin as we know him in the comic books? Because if you think about like how this series ends, it's just the start of his being on top. Is he the man now, or is he still things he needs to do to be the man on top? Does he have to get like some years in? Does he have to get some business going on? And you know what I
This,
mean? Like, or is this the Penguin that the final Penguin
I'm
from the
gonna say,
comic books?
I'm gonna say he needs to get some years in, or at least some months. I don't think, I don't think every leader, especially in a criminal organization, I
Mm,
don't think every leader lasts that very long. So I don't think he's at where he's supposed to be. I don't think he's the penguin yet.
mm.
I mean, yeah, I think he's got what he needs, but I just think, yeah, he needs more time up there. You
So,
know,
so are you satisfied with the way the Penguin has been his whole journey during the season? Are you
yeah,
happy with how he's turned out?
yeah. In my opinion, yeah, I actually like the series. Like I liked how they were how they showed different different sides of Oz throughout the season, and
Mm,
then you get to the because we already know what the final product is, and they show all of that until you get to that part. But it doesn't feel like it's the final product yet. Like it's still even in the movie. Like in the movie, it didn't even feel like he was the penguin. He was just like one of the henchmen. Like Batman, inside the warehouse, Batman and the commissioner, and they were questioning him. He was just like another henchman. He wasn't the penguin they were talking
yeah,
to. It was just like, oh, one of Carmine's thugs.
he just
They
had the
didn't even
nickname.
acknowledge him as the penguin until the end of the season, where the guy comes down the street and goes, "Oh, it's the penguin." And he goes, "What do you call me?" And then he gets knocks in the face. So that he doesn't even have that legitimacy yet to be called the penguin. So yeah, I
Mm.
think there still needs work to be done. And I think we might see it in Batman 2 or maybe another Batman movie. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, I really didn't think that there was any sort of evolution of the character of the penguin. Now, when I think about it,
Mm-hmm.
because if you compare it to Sophia, yeah, Sophia, of course,
Oh fuck yeah.
she's Sophia A at the beginning, she's
Yeah.
Sophia B in the middle, and then
It's
she goes
Sophia
back to
C squared.
Sophia C. She goes back to a different Sophia when she realizes she doesn't want to be her dad, and she
Yeah.
quits the life, and she burns down the house, and she doesn't want to be a gangster anymore. So yeah, she's gone through changes of her character,
Yeah.
of what she wants to be, and so she never ever knew what she wanted to be until at the very end, and it was too late. She finds
Mm.
herself back in Arkham again. I think with the Penguin, he's always been that same guy,
Yeah.
but he never showed us.
He never
He's
got.
never
He never
showed
got.
us.
He never got there until the end.
I don't think he. I don't think he didn't have to go anywhere because he's the same guy. You know what I mean? He just needed to show the audience.
Mm.
He there's no changes for him. There's no change for Penguin. He's always been an asshole. He's always been that guy. He just revealed that what kind of guy he was when he killed Victor. Because if you think about the people he did kill, it was survival mode. All of them. It was either them or him. It was a way. They were enemies, or it was a way for him to go up, and they weren't really good people. You know, when he kills Victor, that's the first good person he killed for no reason. He didn't have to, and sad because it's Victor, and Victor's been so loyal to him. and Victor's being a nice guy, and we see him, and Victor has a good heart. And we know this because when they had dinner at that episode, remember? And Oz wanted to know about his dad. He asked
Yeah.
Victor about his family and that, and they had that connection sort of thing. He kills him like nothing, like that, and knowing his family, knowing his struggles and all that. Takes the $2 out of his wallet, puts it in his pocket, throws his wallet in the water, and then let a boat. So there's no heart there. There's no heart there, and he's never had a heart because we know this because he killed his own brothers, and the way he acted after he killed his brothers at the age of 12 years old.
Yeah, bro.
12 years old, so he's been like that ever since. He's always been that asshole. The series never showed us that side of him until he kills Victor, because he's won. He's on top. He didn't have to kill Victor, but he does.
And it's
and it's a poor excuse.
Yeah, it's fuzzy too because they like them showing us how he killed the brothers in episode 7, and then straight off the bat, episode 8, he kills Victor. It's like, damn, this guy is bad news. He's fucked.
Yeah, and he's even more fucked when he gets his girlfriend to wear his mom's dress and dances with her. So
there's something mentally wrong with him.
So it's just shit. It's just the floodgates just open right at the end there, end of the series, and then the finale is when we were reminded he's the Penguin. We also reminded that the Batman is there somewhere. When we see the bat signal go up, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
Did you expect any Batman sort of reference at the end there?
Yeah, when they started painting outside the building, I said, "Oh shit, they're gonna do the bat signal." I was like hoping, fuck, they'd bring some kind of solid, like, I don't know, him staying on top of the building or some shit.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, how does he know already? He should have taken him out ages ago if he was going to be there. But yeah, no, that was cool.
Because awesome. Remember at the end of Gotham, Batman shows up at the end there.
Yeah. That's
but just the back of him, just the back of him.
Yeah, in his full suit, like he had the suit and everything.
So yeah, I thought maybe they will do that. They wouldn't get the actor; they will get someone else to do it, or maybe they'll show the back signal some way. But yeah, I thought that was a really good touch at the end when the girlfriend Eve tells Penguin, "No one's gonna stand in your way now," and then you see the back signal. So that was good, man. That was pretty good. That was a good touch.
That's crazy how Eve just came back like that, man. Just all the money, the luxuries of life. Yeah, you are right in saying that the Penguin has always been that guy, but now he's that guy with more money and more resources, I guess. Now,
yeah,
he's got the power,
and it's kind of cool that the character of the Penguin, like the series, hides his real self from us, from the audience.
Yes,
he hides his real self from the audience the same way he hides his real self from Victor.
Yeah, from everyone.
Yeah, and I think when Victor dies, that's when sort of, our feelings toward Oz being the hero of the criminal underworld dies with him as well. And then we say, "Fuck this cat."
That's crazy too, right? Because to think of the Penguin that way. So all this time he's been hiding his true self, and this is his true self. It's like, wow. I don't know if when they do decide to do the Joker series, if they can get this deep, man, this is like ultimate to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was so how do you give the series out of 5? The whole series.
Shit, it's up there, bro. It's up there. It's like a 4 point something for me.
Yeah.
Probably I'll go 4.7.
Oh, almost a 5. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm getting a 4 out of 5, bro.
Oh, that's even high, bro. That's
I'm giving it straight 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a 4.7 for me.
It was good. I think it needs to be more violent or more dark, I thought. But yeah, I thought it was good. It was good. It's probably my version of a PG.
I think it might have been more dark, but I think that, to me, in my opinion, I think as dark as it got, it was enough for the Penguin. Because we do know with the Joker, it can get a lot worse.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to bring that to restricted 16 or 18 type of styles, but yeah, I, man. Other than that, man, just like how intelligent that guy is. I mean, I've always seen the Penguin as an intelligent mastermind, but bro, he's pretty on. I mean, he's not as clever as the Riddler, but fuck, he's still the man.
Mm.
And the clutch man, he knows how to get it off.
Sweet, man. I think that's us.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna do Yellowstone in a couple of days, so tune in
Yeah.
for that. It's good, man. One series ends, another series starts again.
Yeah,
So
and it's a mean series.
it's be
Yeah.
good to get the finale of Penguin out the way, and it's gonna be the final series of Yellowstone. So
Bro, how long has this been coming?
it's been 2 years since the last.
Fuck,
Yeah,
man. Been waiting. And I had to catch up too from the growing up for
yeah,
that. But that was like 2 years ago. Shit. Yeah, I can't
yeah.
wait.
So we'll be back. We'll be back with Yellowstone, season 5, part 2.
Yeah.
Episode 9, I think we're out. So there's only 6 episodes, so 5 more episodes to go. And a big
Sweet.
shocking start to the series, to the part 2 series. So we'll discuss that. We'll try to bring some of the guys on that have watched
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We'll have a good yarn about the episode. But yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. It'll fucking crackle.
yeah. But yeah, man. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks, Eric, for jumping on. We'll do this again.
Thank you, Camps.
We'll do this again. See ya.
Hold on.
Bye.